but this game does have a certain meaning, such as every game. It's important. We want to win, of course.
Sure.
And we've been preparing hard for this game, like every day, just mentally, physically, just getting our mind around the game, because we know the game's going to require a lot from us. So hopefully, we come out on top.
How important was the month of December for you guys to finally kind of get everything going and get things where y'all want to before this really heavy stretch? SEC obviously starts next week. How important is that to get going?
Every game was important. It was important for us because we're young as a team. We got a couple seniors that lead us well, and Harris, Daniel Gresham, Tyree Crump. I try to do a lot of leading myself, but they have more experience, so we've been preparing, listening to the older guys, trusting the coaches, things to get us prepared for the long run, because we know it's going to be tough in the SEC stretch.
What did you learn from the Arizona State game in terms of dealing with a tough atmosphere on the road? Because you guys will obviously be in one this weekend.
The atmosphere wasn't so much the problem. I think more so we didn't execute our game plan. Our game plan is to get inside and play from inside out, and we didn't do that. We took a lot of one-on-one shots, a lot of one-pass shots, ISO threes, things that we can make those shots, but those not really our game plan. It's not part of who we are as a team and our DNA. So that's what really happened to us that game.
What is a great thing about a talented team like you guys are is you have a lot of talented players, but you got to figure out how to mesh and roles and that kind of stuff. How far you guys feel like you've come at this point as we turn into the new year in terms of figuring out that's your role, and filling roles?
It's a process. We still learning. Like I said, it's a young team. A lot of guys, you have things like guys want to play more, that's understood. But we also have to understand that it's a flow of everything. It's a process, like I said. So every day we're learning, we're figuring it out, trying to understand. This is when you come again, this is what you have to do, this is what we expect from you, this is what you're good at. And helping each other do that is another thing as a good team. I feel like we have to help each other understand that.
Where do you feel like you fit in right now in terms of roles and things that you do? I mean, you're obviously a pretty talented guy.
Yes, sir. For me, I'm definitely one of the bigger leaders. I'm one of the more vocal guys. I try to help the young guys a lot because I have a year under my belt and I understand what's to come. Because a lot of times, we play teams, and my mind is so understood what's coming in the SEC. So I try to help the guy understand what we're finna be facing up against and what's really on the way to come. So I try to help prepare guys mentally, physically, and just. As we young, sometimes we lose focus as a team. I try to help guys lock back in and stay focused and things like that.
How do you do that when you got 9 freshmen? Those guys are all kind of one class, and obviously, Anthony's kind of his own kind of guy. How do you work with guys like that? How do you lead those kind of guys?
Well, it's the same for Anthony though. He's a very special talent. It's the same for him. He's a freshman. He's 18, so he go through things too. And I try to help him. He listens. But for everybody, just for the team, I try to help the guys stay locked in, and for myself too, same thing.
What's key offensively when they have guys that are such good rim protectors like they have in terms of what do you need to be aware of offensively as you guys run your stuff?
Who are we speaking of?
Memphis.
Same. It's to get to the paint, attack, draw fouls, get to the free throw line. We would like to get into the bonus early. Things like that would be key for us. That'll help us win on the stretch of a game.
How much different is the locker room this year? I mean, I think you guys are something like 3 or 4-0 in games decided by 4 points or less. And, last year's team just couldn't seem to buy a break. Just how different is it, the feeling and the mood in that Georgia locker room from last year's team?
Well, it's growth in leadership from the guys that's been here, such as me, Harris, Crump. It's growth in leadership from guys that have been here. We understand what we went through last year, which last year was a good team. We just couldn't seem to get over the hump at ends. But this year, we understand more of the things that cost us to lose last year. And we're trying to eliminate those things so we can be in a better, better.
Does losing take an emotional toll? I mean, your reputation for winning was pretty well documented. I mean, does that hurt spiritually when you lose that much in the way you guys lost?
It always does, but spiritually and mentally, I try to stay uplifted because I want to be a great teammate. I want to keep my team uplifted. I think that's a great characteristic of mine because I try to stay emotionally available to the team. I try to stay